Sorry. Hi YouTube. I'm dying off. So I've just been on video chat with my partner Martin for just over an hour, and I wanted to just. I've been looking it up. But I still can't understand it. I'm like trying to work it out in my head. He doesn't do it in front of my friends because we video chatted the other day when I was round at Ewitts. When it's just me and him, he'll say, "Oh, you got a big nose," or he'll say, "I've got no," or he'll say, "I've got big ears." And just generally things like that, and so I sort of shut down. It sort of reminds me of my relationship with my mum, to be honest, when I was a child. When she was drinking, I shouldn't really say this on YouTube, but when she was drinking, she used to make comments and stuff. I don't know if she did it with my sister as well, but she definitely did it with me because I can still remember. But when he puts me down all the time, I feel like I'm shutting down inside. And I've just been looking it up, like gaslighting, narcissistic behaviour. But he doesn't fit all the things for narcissistic. When I was looking it up, it was saying someone that doesn't feel bad. They just do whatever they want and they don't feel bad about it. And I'm thinking, well, that don't really sound like him. It's just the belittling. And I've never really had it in relationships before, to be honest. I mean, I've had physical abuse where, as I say, the worst one was with Lee, to be honest. Punched me in the face, shook me violently quite a few times during the relationship. But he wasn't on medication. Anyway, it's not really important. But what I'm trying to say is that he will say these things to me, and I will just go, and I'll just go, or I'll just go, yeah. I'll just agree with him, kind of thing, just say, yeah. And then he'll be like, what do you mean, yeah? He'll be like, what do you mean, yeah, like that. And I'll be like, I don't know. But, see, what I'm concerned is that whether it could turn out to be an abusive relationship. Because I've only just known him, and it's already like, he's like, the weird thing is, if I do get upset, he actually says some really nice things to me. Like he'll say, "Oh, you're the best boyfriend in the world," or he'll say, "Guess what?" And I'll say, "What?" And he'll say, "I love you." Or he'll say, "Guess what?" And I'll say, "What?" And he'll say, "Nothing." Or I'm going down to Rebury on Friday. I'm a bit nervous about doing. He's doing DJing on Friday. He's invited me down. Sorry. Got a horse in my throat, wasn't it? And yeah, he's doing DJing on Friday. And he says I can come over. So I'm a bit nervous, to be honest, because I won't be in my comfort zone. I don't really know Rebury. I hardly know Rebury. I only know the cinema, the bowling, the restaurants, maybe like Frankie and Benny, Chiquitos. Anything else in Rebury I don't really know. The high street a little bit. Where he lives I don't know. Just relax a little bit. Just take it slow. You know, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get upset because he says he loves me. But and I'm not putting them on YouTube anytime soon because I've still got loads of videos that yeah I want to get all my videos on YouTube before. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. He was just very different last night, and when I was chatting to him at UMH's, he was just very different. Like, and then and then I'm back here in my flat, and like video chat with him. And it's just like he say when he was here, he called me ugly, and then I was about to burst into tears. I think it's easier now because it's just on video chat. But I think if he said it, I think if he was actually here when he said it, I think I probably would break down. But it's easier because oh, I've got a horse in my throat. So it's just like yeah. So I don't know. My sister was telling my sister, she's like, be careful. She's like, you don't want to end up in an abusive relationship. I'm like, don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really bothered. I says, what will I do when I'm there? Because I don't know anyone there at the Breebury Social Club. I says, do you want me to? That's another thing. When I say things about, when I say sexual things, I say, ooh. But it's okay for him to say sexual things. For instance, I was telling him because uh, first he says he'd love to be in my bedroom. Yeah. First he says he'd love to be in the bed, and then I says, oh, I says, yeah, I'd love you to be here in my bed. And then he says, no, it'd just be me in the bed. You'd be on the floor. And then I says, oh, why? And then I says it might turn me on being chucked out of bed. And then he went, ugh. I'm thinking, what do you mean, ugh? And then so it's like I can't say anything sexual, like for instance that. But when I was talking about what I'll do in Ruby Social Club, he says, "Oh, you can be behind the stage with me doing the." And then he says, "I can." This video censored, over 18s only. And then he says, "Oh, you can be sucking my cock while I'm DJing." I was like, okay, but it's like I don't know. I don't even know. It's like it's starting to stress me out a little bit because it just seems like it's all about him and just I don't know. I don't want him to see this video actually. So I'm just at the same time I don't want to shut down again because I did that with Dan and I shut down. I don't want to do it. I did it with Aaron as well. I shut down. And what you see is a load of videos on YouTube where I'm smiling, pretending to be happy, this, that, and the other. And then eventually I'll do a video where I'm completely in a state, and I don't want to get to that stage again. It's about expressing myself in a relationship without fear of of rejection, or without fear of the other person leaving me, or reject that. Again, that means rejection. So, so I'm probably going to go down to Ruby on Friday, even though I'm not really nervous, and just that's another thing. He says, "Stop biting your nails." I'm like, "I'm not biting my nails." He's like, "Yes, you are. I can see you." And I'm like, "No, I've just put my finger near my mouth because I'm feeling stressed." So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't even know. And it's starting to stress me out as well. So I'm trying to stay calm. Maybe his friends are right. Maybe it's a good job he doesn't just like. That's another thing he said on the phone. He says, "Oh no." And the other day, Saturday, he was like, "Oh, we should get married." And then today he said, "Oh." He says, "Oh, I'll get you a ring." I was like, "Oh, really?" And I was thinking, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get you a ring too." And then he says, "No, it's too early." And I was like, "I thought he was going to get me a ring," and he was like a cock ring. I'm like, "Oh, I'd rather have a proper ring." I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It feels a bit manipulative, like everything I say he disagrees with, but I just hope he don't see this video because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is what happens when I get in relationships. Oh dear. Will I ever learn? Will I ever learn? I sometimes wonder if it's my childhood. I had quite a chaotic. We all had quite a chaotic childhood. Yeah, that would be putting it mildly. I mean, at the age of about 10, I was trying to jump out the bathroom window onto concrete about 20 feet below me. I don't know. I can barely remember it. I remember just sitting on the windowsill, wishing I was dad when I was about 10 or 11. And obviously, my mum took me to a child psychiatrist, and that's when I got my needs looked into with my autism and my OCD. Also, there's the issue with my dad as well. He had a brain hemorrhage when I was 8 years of age. And obviously, my mum struggled with all that, which is understandable. I mean, I can understand it now. I mean, I don't hold any grudges against anyone. I'm just saying that our childhood, me and my sister's childhood, was very messed up in many ways. And I sometimes wonder whether that's got anything to do with it. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can understand. I mean, if I was like, if I lost, it's such an illness like that is very, very sudden, isn't it? It's like it would bring on a mental breakdown. To be honest, in anyone, most people who are happily married with children, and something like that happens, it would bring on a complete meltdown. And I can totally understand. I can totally understand. totally understand that my mum went through a lot, a hell of a lot. So, because I've only said it from my childhood point of view, but I can seriously see it from my mum's point of view as well. It would be a complete. It'd be like Yellowstone going off, wouldn't it? It'd be like Yellowstone exploding, a super volcano. The whole world would feel it in the same way everyone around my mum would have felt it. So I can totally understand. I can totally understand. I've gone completely off track. What I was saying, I was talking about Martin. I give up talking because all I talk about is a load of shit. I just feel hurt. Like what some of the things he says. I know he says, "Oh, I'm only kidding," or he waits until I go quiet and then he says, "You're the best boyfriend in the world." Well, he was saying, "I'm only kidding." Now he stopped saying that, and now he says, "You're the best boyfriend in the world." Is that because I don't say anything back to him? I don't know. But how am I supposed to? What am I supposed to say back to him? I don't feel like I've got any fight left. I feel like all the fight's gone. I can't. I can't fight. I don't know. It's just. I just feel like all my energy's gone, and I just feel like. I just feel like it's just easier just to agree, and it's just. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not being dramatic. I'm just saying. I know what people must think seeing all these videos on YouTube. If I was to watch them on someone else's YouTube, I would think, "Oh God, he's dramatic," but this is just how I feel. I feel like I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just saying how I feel. I just feel like it's just hurt really. Just like I haven't said this to him because I just agree with him, but obviously further down the road when we do become a lot closer. But then again, I haven't. I never said anything to Lee. I mean, it's different with the relationships later in my life because I never allowed them to get that close because of the experiences I had with Lee. Not, I've had many relationships since Lee, and none of them I've allowed to get that close because I've been afraid of what happened between me and Lee. It's totally messed up my life in many ways. In many ways, that relationship totally messed up my life, even today. Totally. There's no other word to say. There's nothing else to say. I would just agree with him. I would just agree because I didn't have anywhere else to go. Joint tendency means nowhere else to go. That's what it means. And I could see me and this Martin heading that way because I'm not sure I've got the strength to keep fight to keep. I think this is why people say to stay single for a while after relationships because your energy level after a long relationship, your energy feels so low that if you get with someone, you tend to just be like, especially if you're quite passive to begin with, and I'm quite passive anyway. And it's like I just agree. It's easier, isn't it? But what I'm scared of is in the future when I do get closer to him, how that's going to work out. Because he was looking at his watch while I was taking my clothes off, as though to say hurry up. And then he did actually tell me to hurry up. He says I'm taking all day. And I was trying to say, I was thinking to myself, I have sprained my knee. I can't rush to get. I can now because my knee's healed. But about a week ago, I couldn't. Oh, I've got to take the rest of my tablets. And it's just like. And then he just looked at me when I was naked and he just went, ew. I don't even know. He's just. My friend Jay says that he's strange, but I don't even know. I don't know what to do. See, I don't know what his disability is. He could have ADHD. I would explain his erratic behaviour, wouldn't it, if he's got ADHD? Um, See, I can see the signs because I know people who've got ADHD. Jamie's one of them. Jason was another one. Luke was another one with ADHD. Luke's got autism. No, autism, ADHD, and schizophrenia. And he's another one. Oh my god, when him and Lee was together, oh my god. That was like two very control. That was like watching a cage fight between two very controlling people. Um, Lee would wind Luke up by being very ice cold with Luke, and Luke would be shouting in Lee's face, and Lee used to have a big grin on his face. And this might be just before Lee was on medication. And it was like, I should call this channel Gossip Book, shouldn't I, rather than YouTube? I should call it Gossip. But anyway, oh, them two were so funny. Luke would get out of Lee's bed in the middle of the night and just start shouting at Lee, because Luke was in Lee's bed and Lee wasn't getting into bed. And Luke would just shout at Lee that he was not getting into bed, and Lee just had a big grin on his face. As though to say, I wound you up. But his dad was the same. God, his dad was a nutcase. And his mum, I shouldn't really say all this, really. So. Yeah, that was. He was a character, Luke was, I tell you. He lay in the middle of the road when we went to Stars nightclub. That's a place you can go to for people with disabilities and stuff. It's like a nightclub there, but they take them out. And I went with Aaron. This was ages and ages ago. And Luke literally, at first he was laughing his head off at the fact that I'm gay. And he used to say things as well, like puff or faggot or whatever, or things like that. And then he'd just laugh his head off, and I just used to ignore him. I used to think, oh, it's his ADHD, or it's his schizophrenia, or it's his well, it's probably not his autism. It's either his ADHD or his schizophrenia. And And then he used to play with knives then when he was around at Lee's, and I thought, oh my god. Anyway, he's in supported living in Worcester now, I've heard. So hopefully they're quite good, because he got quite bad. He says he used to hear voices saying to slit his throat and things like that. I remember the last time I saw him, he was drinking like about 8 cans of beer a day or something. He's only young, he's like he's 20s or whatever. And he'd be like saying that he was shaving the other day, and he heard a voice saying to slit his own throat. And I was like, bloody heck. I said you should speak to someone about it. And then he started crying, and I was like, oh. And I do feel sorry for people with mental illness, to be honest, because I've gone through mental illness many times in the past, many times. Yeah, but I am concerned. Getting back to the issue, I am concerned about. I am concerned. I was about to say Daniel. I am concerned with Martin that it could go a bit. Because if he's like that now, what's it going to be like if I do my Tai Chi or? Oh, that was another thing he kept saying. He kept saying I'm going to be fat, because I said I had chips earlier. He says, have you eaten today? And I said, yeah, I had chips earlier from the chip shop. He's like, oh, you're going to be fat. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh, no. I said, oh, well. And he says, what do you mean, oh, well? So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about men now, because it's getting me nowhere at the end of the day. Peace, love, and blessings. Peace, love, and blessings. Peace, love.